Network. Glad to have you with us. Big game rivalry-wise doesn't mean very much in the playoff scheme of things. New Trier and Loyola. Kevin Morgan puts it over on that far side, up ahead, got it out to center ice, back into the Ramblers end. Savino after it. Savino bumps Johnson near side. And out come the Ramblers. Got it out to center ice. Cecil fed it ahead, and that was broken up. Skoglund puts it into the zone, deep to the corner. Ho. Out to the point. Savino couldn't keep it in the zone. Johnson a little bit overled on the pass. Over here to the near side, the layoff side. Now dumped all the way down. That's icing. This is the playoff game. We're playing divisional round robin, so win or lose. They really... At this point in the round robin, both New Trier and Loyola have clinched their playoff spot. So the question is only who will come out number one and who will come out number two in the playoffs. But considering the weakness of everybody else in the Metro, I would tend to say that it's not going to be very much beyond the question of who comes out number one and who comes out number two, or in other words, who gets to play out in Rolling Meadows and who gets to play in Northbrook next week in the playoffs. Vargas hand passes it out to the outside the zone. The layoff side on the Trevians. Trevians and the Ramblers have met a number of times this year. New Trier's won 2 and Loyola's won. New Trier's won 1 and Loyola's won 2. Oldenburg wraps it around to the far side. Lake tries to center it with Marte on the line. O'Connor wraps it around to the near side. Heaton bumped by Cecil, and the puck clears out to center ice. The Trevians set it up to the far side. Lake tried to get it out of the zone to the slot. Kicked high, brought to the near side. Marte's pass overled Lake, who didn't have a stick down anyway, out to the point and cleared out to center ice. O'Connor fed it to the far side. It was onside. Shot was wide. Billy O'Connor got that one away. Now Wallach puts it around to the far side and cleared out to center ice. Now on the near side, Ramblers deflected into the zone. Peter Cecil retreats into his own zone to pick it up. Peter Cecil sets it up over to the far side. Full house again tonight here at Winnetka. Connor Walk puts it into the zone. Peter Cecil fed it to the far side, out and overled the pass. Long goes back into his own zone. Now wraps it to the far side. Rotated again deep and around to the near side. Oldenburg tried to keep it in the zone. Yast. Guido Pesarossi over there. Cleared out to center ice and all the way down. And that is icing against Loyola. The Ramblers icing. They're playing music again for this game. I think they're playing in an NHL rink. Millard, little backhander, and that just went wide to the near side. Centering attempt, nothing there. Out to center ice, cleared ahead. Colby McVie, long shot, the save. Now the Trevians ramping over here to the near side, bit up ahead. Lutz to the high slot, the shot, the save by Schilling. And out to center ice. Back come the Ramblers. Matt O'Connor. O'Connor looking for some help. Dropped it off to Colby McVie. McVie with a little weak backhander. Nothing on it. And the puck comes to the near side right in front of the New Trier contingent. O'Connor. The shot deflected. Now taken by Jeff Parker. He clears it out to center ice. Savino. And the line change. Still pushing here at the center ice. Randall Williams, the referee tonight. He has a tendency to let the players play a little too much. And some penalties that could be called might get by tonight, which would be an advantage for the Ramblers. They have a tendency to be a little more physical than the Trevians. Along the boards on the far side, now Johnny Wilson clears ahead out to the point. Dumped right back into the zone by Morgan Baker. Matt Wesley missed the pass to Matt Tragle. Wesley has it again. And the Ramblers clear it ahead. Johnny Brown with the big blaster. The save. And then on the end of that, little extra ice. That is supposed to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call. And as we said, C.J. Heitman had a little trouble with that blaster. As we said, Randall Williams doesn't like to call a lot. And that could have been an unsportsmanlike conduct on the part of Johnny Brown. We got a penalty for tripping. New Trier penalty for tripping. Chris Ho. 2 minutes for trip. So the Trevians will be down a man here. Jeff Parker dumps it down deep. Schilling leaves it there. And the Ramblers bring it up over to that far side. Matt O'Connor. Andrew Patient dribbles it to the far side boards. Charlie Lutz. And cleared by Parker Millard. Brian Schilling leaves it there for Joey Chula. Chula brings it up. Chula, one hand on the stick, near side. And crossing the red line, tried to dump it into the zone. Now the Trevians, whoa! Just right down here below us. Is okay. That heavy coat saved her. Vargas keeps it in the zone. Cleared deep. Kevin Oldenburg with the puck. Put it to the near side. Up ahead comes McVie. McVie got it into the zone. Billy O'Connor now picked up by Skoglund out to center ice. Vargas kept it in the zone. Skoglund with the shot. That went a little wide. To the near side, out to Vargas. Vargas put it in back deep. Now center to the side of the net, and C.J. Heitman holds it for the whistle. On the far side, the point now to the near point. The shot by Vargas, and Heitman directs it to the near side. Centered. Now the Trevians clear it again. They're still penalty killing for about 20 seconds. Trevians, they send it deep. Once more. Picked up back behind the net. Frank Harrison took a big heavy check and then an offside. Part of this is for the game like this.
No, that part of the camera.
He had a little bit of creates a little bit of intimidation attempt. These two teams can meet yet 2 more times because they're both advancing out of the Metro North Division, and certainly 1 and 2 in state this year. It's entirely possible that they could meet again for the Scholastic Cup and meet again in state. Cleared ahead on the breakout. Vitt into the zone, got the shot away. And the Trevians got roughed up as they came up the slot. Cecil with the long shot and the save. To the far side, out ahead. Marte. Long. Bounces over the stick of Ho. Just back on. Back into the zone. Cecil, doesn't matter offside. Back behind the goal. Cecil gets hit hard by Brown. Now out to center ice. Into the zone comes Marte. Drop past it. A little rough up to the corner. Much to the delight of the Loyola contingent. Schragle into the zone. Schragle takes the shot and couldn't get much on it in the way. And again, the ice deliberately shaved right into Heitman's face. As we said, this game really means very little other than for the fans and the excitement of seeing a pretty darn good hockey game here. Icing against the Trevians. Now, Andrew Patience gets it out to center ice. Billy O'Connor, near side. Vargas with the big blaster. Grabbed and held on. Offside at the faceoff. Vargas, and he had his pocket pick bit. Mad chase on. Wesley gets there first, over to the far side. Tried to find Wesley again deep. Vitt again deep. And Wesley broke it up. O'Connor tried to center it, nothing doing. Shallow angle shot, saved. Grabbed and held on. And now some pushing and shoving back behind the play, and we're going to have coincidental roughs here. Make it high sticks. Or make it just a single high sticking on Skoglund. Jeff Parker, near side. Trevians with the man advantage now. Millard into the zone. Millard put it over to the far side. And they had Chase on over there. And they push it along the boards. Trying to freeze it there. Can't do it. Roth tried to do that. Over here on the near side. Rotated along. And it finally pops free. Schragle goes down. Schragle puts Vitt down. The pair of number 8s tying each other up. Out to the high slot. Jeff Parker, good job getting in the way. Parker couldn't find anybody through the sticky wickets. Good job of jamming up the slot. Savino with a little punch on the end. Over on that far side. Now here's a shot that goes high and up and out of the ring. 3:15 to play here in the first period. No score. New Trier green and Loyola gold. Cleared out to center ice. Back goes Jeff Parker. Parker retreats in his own zone. Parker up ahead for Elliot Johnson. Peter Cecil. Cecil. Vitt. Peter Cecil. A deflection attempt, just a little wide. Vitt. Johnson. Back to Vitt. Stolen away by Connor Long. Now Matt O'Connor. Yeah, Matt O'Connor will try and get something going. Now instead he'll just dump it out of harm's way. Taken by Wilson. Wilson to Elliot Johnson. Now back into the zone. Lutz. Drop past him. Johnny Wilson. Right into the slot. Up onto the netting. And lose a puck and gain a faceoff. 2:17 to play in the period. 7 seconds left on the Skoglund minor. No score. First period of tonight's playoff action. After next week, all the games really mean something. We go until we get a winner. Single elimination after next week. Right now we're in the playoffs round robin, so you play everybody and the stop ties and everything else stand. On the near side boards. Dumped in. And right back out by the Ramblers. David Vargas. Vargas goes back with Wolick on him to the far side. Chula got it out to center ice, taken there by Andrew Patience in his own zone. Over to the far side. And now just getting it out of harm's way is all that everyone seems to want to do here. Schragle puts it into the zone. To the corner, Ho. Ho wraps it around to the far side. Now back to Vargas here on the near. A lot of action between the blue lines. Now here's Millard shot. Oh, just wide again to the near side. Millard pushed it wide. New Trier does a lot of things well, but the one thing they do not do well is shoot. There's a long blaster by Morgan. 1 minute to play in the period. Vargas, Kragel, right into the slot. And cleared to center ice. Back to the Trevians blue line. Then ahead, and Morgan Baker gave it up ahead for Millard. Millard just shot it wide. Over to the far side. Out to center ice. And here come the Ramblers back the other way. Letizia took the shot, and that ran into traffic. Now Morgan. Near side. Trevians get it out to center ice. Overled a pass. Now a little loose action along the near boards taken by Peter Cecil. Cecil and Skoglund now to far side. Cleared ahead. Deflected all the way down. 10 seconds left in the period. Schragle. Schilling, now Rod. As the horn sounds at the end of the first period of play, there's no score. We'll be back with more hockey action from Winnetka and the playoffs. The New Trier Green and Loyola Gold right after this message. Second period of tonight's hockey action. No score. Picked up by the Ramblers. Ryan Roth puts it into the zone. Turned out to be a long shot on goal. Grabbed and held on by Heitman with Johnny Brown pinching in. Kevin Morgan, he puts it way up onto the netting. That would have risen well into the stands. If there were stands down that way. Now Charlie Lutz with the blaster and the save by Schilling on the glove side. Meanwhile, Savino and Vitt have a little glaring contest. Ho had it bounce off his stick as it came out to the point. Now the big blaster, and that went wide. Out to the point. Wesley kept it in the zone. Backhander off the back. Trevians knock it out of harm's way. Put to the near side. And out to the point. Out to center ice. Wesley chases it down. He and Millard. And Millard made him pay for it. Over to the point. Held in by the Trevians. And now the Ramblers. Out ahead, Matt Skoglund. Skoglund into the zone. Skoglund rotates. Now right in. Shot and deflected out of there. Matt O'Connor ran it into a weak backhand, and Peter Cecil feeds it ahead. Vitt chases it down in the corner. Right in front, shot save! Johnny Wilson then got another one away, but ended up to the outside on the side of the net. And now the Ramblers back the other way. The big blaster by Pesarossi, and the save. Trevians. Elliot Johnson will go to the corner with Oldenburg. On that near sideboard. Now Oldenburg has it again. Oldenburg brings it ahead. Oldenburg to the near side. Ran into traffic. Now flipped back deep into the zone by the Trevians. Oldenburg wraps it to the far side. Pesarossi. And cleared. And that's icing against the Ramblers. On the side and out to the point, held in the zone. The big blaster by Yass, the save by Schilling. Sort of died when it got there. Oh, quick shot, just a little wide. I think Wilson got the shot away, and Schilling, I think, got a little piece of that on the near side boards. And they push it along. Nobody wanted to play with the puck. Everybody wanted to hit the man, take the man out rather than carry the puck. Esarasi puts it into the zone. Heitman left it there, here to the near side. Pass well ahead. Blake came up with it. Nice job avoiding the check and also coming up with the puck. Marte out to the point. Yes, tries to keep it in the zone. Cleared out the center ice. Billy O'Connor. O'Connor couldn't get the shot away. Roth tried to keep it in the zone. Tries again. Kept it in. Out to the point again. And again, Roth puts it in deep, right into the slot. Trevians were there. Turned around attempt by McVeigh, and the Trevians swatted out of harm's way. Back into the Ramblers end. That's where Roth has it. Roth wraps it to the near side. Cleared ahead. Heaton with a little extra punch thrown on there. We had something thrown out on the ice just now out of that Loyola section. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, there's some more stuff thrown out there. You know, that I have a big hassle throwing stuff out on the ice because you never know, what is, if you start throwing stuff, well, these are your classmates. I mean, this isn't the NHL. It's not cool. Just being a smart aleck. Long shot, saved, grabbed, and held on by Heitman. And now Patience and Chula bounce themselves off the side of the backboard. Good shot. And nothing really there. Near side, Chula. And instead cleared out the center ice. Here come the Trevians back the other way. Johnny Wilson into the zone. Wilson with a little spin move looking for some help. Put it over here on the near side. When he didn't find the help, and Jeff Parker kept it in briefly. Now the Trevians have it at their own blue line. Into the zone. Johnny Wilson. Wilson, down he goes. Schregel knocked him down. Chula into the zone. To the far side. Schregel with the long shot. That ran into traffic. Near side. Schregel puts it in the corner. Wrapped around to the far side. Morgan Baker. Johnny Wilson. Up ahead. Starley Lutz. Stolen away. Skoglund. And Andrew Patience. Near side. Shot. And a save after the centering pass. And now Vargas. Right in front, shot, save, pulled out of there by Parker. Jeff Parker, and then Morgan again puts it up on the netting with the big blaster. No score, 8:11 to play here in the second period. The Ramblers were open in the slot on that far side, got the shot away, but didn't lift it. C.J. Heitman made the save, and then Loyola wasn't crashing to the net. Nobody on the near side, and Jeff Parker able to get it out of there. Now we got a penalty coming up for interference on Neutrier on Kevin Morgan. Trevian penalty. Kevin Morgan, a minor for interference. The Trevians flip it back deep into the zone, back behind the net. Ryan Roth to the near side.
Penalty number 67, Morgan, minor for interference.
Now taken by the Trevians out to the point. Marte with Vid. Cleared into the zone offside against the Ramblers. to the near side. Put over to the far side. Flip back deep into the zone. Hove. And a little push and shoving going on over in that corner. Ramblers. There's the shot. The save by Heitman. Wrapped around to the near side, and the Trevians try to help it out of the zone. Now O'Connor with the shot, and that goes high on the net. We lose a puck and gain a face-off. 7:02 to play here in the second period. Still no score. Next week, finish up the basketball regular season, and hockey playoffs continue on the network. That's next week here on Metro Chicago Sports Network. David Vargas left it there to the near side. Kobe McVie gave it to Oldenburg. Now the Trevians, the puck squirts to the slot, grabbed and held on. Again out high, Roth to the far side. Trevians penalty killing. Now the Ramblers set the play up. Matt O'Connor brings it in. The shallow angle shot, the save. Cleared out ahead and back into the Ramblers' end. Here come the Ramblers right back in. O'Connor with the shot, and again, we lose it. Didn't that hit the net? No, it must have hit the top of the glass. Near side. Out to the point. Broken up by the Trevians. Offside against Loyola. Kick 3. Nelson Forsberg. Forsberg went down and got hit by Harrison. The two of them had a little altercation. To the near side. Letizia gets a big bump from Lake. Another one. Stolen away by the Trevians. Right into the slot. Ramblers get it at the center ice. Trevians at their own blue line. Peter Cecil up ahead. Now it's Millard. Millard into the zone. Millard, down goes the player. Bit shot. High and wide. And he bit the leading scorer in the Metro North this year. Well down from the numbers that our record. Nutcher did set a record this year for the most goals in a season at 167, I believe it was, averaging 7 a game. But again, I think that's more there's a shot and a save. I think that's more the influence of the poor quality of the league throughout. Really only 2 teams this year. The poor quality of the teams and not the sense of we're pushing each other. Holding. Oldenburg, that's holding. They're both holding each other. Let it go. Now Oldenburg goes back. Literally chased him back down. Vitt and Oldenburg. And Randall Williams still watching him. We're going to let him go. Took him down. And a whistle for offside. They got each other. And I'm sure that might not be over. Chula with a long shot to save. Grabbed and held on. I think initially had Randall Williams coincidental holdings on that. That wouldn't have gotten as far out of hand as it did. Johnson. Shot saved. Held on. And Roth jumps into Jeff Parker coming in off the point. Parker, the defenseman. They lose a puck up onto the netting. We'll do it over again. And the face-off. cleared to center ice. Back down deep into the zone. Patience. Now Johnson to center ice. Bouncing puck taken by the Ramblers. Chula. The shot ran into traffic. And Jeff Parker gets up a little ahead of Steve. Just got some pretty good set of wheels. He gets bumped high. It could have been an elbow even on Ryan Ross. Chula back the other way. Chula with the big blaster. Ooh, just wide. And Chula with a great shot there. Just a little wide. Shallow angle shot through the crease over here to the near side. The long shot. That goes wide by Ross. Trevians in trouble. They got a wrong line out there for the talent that they have, that the Ramblers have out there. Vitt put it to the far side. He intended for Wilson. I think they were in the process of making the line change and got caught. On the near side boards. Roth flipped it into the zone. Trevians out to center ice. Billy O'Connor brings it right back into Matt O'Connor. The shot, the save by Heitman. Turnaround shot. That didn't quite work. Out to the point, Billy O'Connor. And now Kevin Morgan and Billy O'Connor to the slot. Near side, Kevin Morgan. Morgan into the zone. Morgan centered it. Now Billy O'Connor to Matt O'Connor. Matt O'Connor into the zone. Drop past it. Billy O'Connor. And that ran into traffic. Matt O'Connor got a shot away. Now puck goes to the near side. To the boards. Out to the point. Held in by Vargas. Vargas takes the blaster and it went wide. And now out to center ice. Billy O'Connor. He's it over here to the near side. Vargas flips it back into the zone. And it was offside against the Ramblers anyway. Minute 10 to play here in the second period. Still no score. Teams have had a couple of real nice opportunities here. Have not been able to connect. Peter Cecil off the boards near side. Been a relatively clean game up to this point. Only in the sense that Randall Williams, as we said, he likes to let him play. Unless it's a real obvious penalty, he generally does not like to call it. And even some of those real obvious ones he lets go, and they sort of get each other back. Kind of no harm, no foul penalties. Where a player like a rough and somebody else offside here, somebody else some player hits somebody and the other player retaliates and gets them back. He kind of says, okay, no harm, no foul. You got each other back. That's the end of it. But that can also lead to escalation, and particularly in high school. Heavy check on the near side boards. Sounded worse than it was. Elliot Johnson gets bumped off. Joey Chula. As the horn sounds, ending the second period. No score at the end of two. We'll be back with the third period of tonight's action. Right after these messages, Loyola Gold and New Trier Green in the divisional round robin. We'll be back with more. Flipped into zone. Savino put it over on the far side. Now the Ramblers clear it all the way down. Patience wraps it around. The Trevians having trouble getting it out of the zone. Good job of forechecking. Vitt. Now Millard. Millard into the zone. Millard tries to turn the corner. Couldn't do so. Schilling also stuck his stick out there to prevent the puck from getting around. Roth over to the far side. Trevians keep it in the zone. Bouncing puck. Taken by the Trebs. They put it in the corner. Roth with it. Roth clears it out to the point. Cleared out the center ice. And with Patience. And Vitt. Vitt gave it ahead. Lutz. Lutz dropped past it for Wilson. He goes to the corner. Schragle. Near side. Patience. Cleared to center ice. Skoglund. Back deep. I think there's a couple of things that are going on. I think, first of all, these teams have played each other a lot. Here's O'Connor, but shot a goal! Blame that on the Trevian defense. They're not controlling the puck. Stolen away, and a quick little backhander by O'Connor, and it's 1-0 in favor of Loyola. On the far side, flip back in the zone. First of all, as I was going to say, the two teams know each other. They played each other quite a few times this year. Then these players have played with each other and against each other for probably at least 8 years. Many of them. Skoglund centered through the slot over here to the near side. Matt O'Connor out to the point. Vargas kept it in the zone. Peter Cecil. A little bump along the near side. Vargas keeps it in at the point. Vargas again out at the point. Kept it in. Over to the far side. Chris Ho up ahead. Kevin Morgan, and he got it out to center ice, but also got it into his bench, and the whistle stops play. Off the glass and back deep into the zone. Connor Long on that far side. Long, and had his pocket pick. Wolick with Marte. Now Marte ranged off that slot. Blake. Harrison. Marte tried to center it. Long with the shot ahead, and that is legal in their own zone. Yes. Near side in their own defensive zone, that is. Big blaster wide. Out to the point. The shot and the save on the little backhander on the end of that, and some more pushing and shoving on the end of the play. Now the face-off. Out comes Millard. Millard with the head of steam. He lost the handle. Trevians deep to the corner. Now Millard with Roth on him. Pop free. Back behind the goal line over here to the near side. And cleared out to center ice. Back down deep. And Patience offside. Make it icing against the Ramblers. We'll move it back deep into the Ramblers' end. As we said, this game really means very little besides pride. Into the slot, the shot, the save, and cleared through the players to center ice. Now here come the Ramblers. Savino with the long shot, and Heitman will hold on. Again, next week, hockey playoffs continue, and the end of the basketball regular season. Out to the high slot. There's a shot, ran into traffic, dribbles towards the goal, grabbed and held on, and some pushing and shoving on the end of it. But Colby McVie pulls Connor Heaton off before Heaton can retaliate. There's a shot off the post. Puck still free. Now the net has been dislodged, and some more pushing and shoving on the end here. Peter Cecil mixing it up a little bit. Colby McVie, everybody separated. And the defenseman came in. They'll move the faceoff outside the zone. Little frustration time. Flip back deep into the zone. As we said, that's kind of how Randall Williams kind of lets them play a little bit instead of calling the roughings in situations like that. Flip back deep into the zone. And that's icing against the Trevians. 9:44 to play here in the period. Now the face-off. The puck pops free. Brought to the near side. Peter Cecil. Cecil delivers it ahead. Back into the zone. Grabbed and held on. And Connor Long. Who was that? We got a scrum. got a major scrum going on, a couple of them. Schilling. Whoops. Brian Schilling left the crease, and that's going to be a game misconduct for him, leaving the crease during the altercation. Game misconduct right there for Brian Schilling. Little pushing and shoving going on. Now some other stuff right on the end of that. We're going to have a bunch of penalties here. And everybody broke it up. Connor Long took offense to the New Trier player skating through the crease, and that's what led to the fisticuffs here, if we want to call it that. And let's watch this fight develop again. Who was that? Oldenburg, I guess. And now everybody else gets in there. Both O'Connors, Cecil, and now Billy O'Connor, and Ho and Cecil over there, and Schilling, when he leaves the crease, that's a game misconduct right there on Schilling. Randall Williams taking down numbers. And the fight over. Yeah, Oldenburg and Connor Long sort of started that one. Connor Long gets that extra minor. And Sam Smith now in goal, replacing Brian Schilling. Although what's tough about this on the New Trier standpoint was that was their first line generally. Drop pass, Kevin Morgan. Morgan back behind the goal line, over to the far side. Could have been a minor for interference right there on Roth. Cleared out ahead, Schregel. Drop past it, Chula. Near side. Trevians. Bring it out. Jeff Parker fed it ahead, misled the pass. Cleared all the way down. Turned out to be a long, kind of weak shot on goal. On the near side boards. Trevians do have a man advantage here, but only a 2-minute man advantage. And Schilling is excused for the evening, leaving his crease during an altercation. That is a game misconduct. Kevin Morgan back to the blue line. Flip back into zone, Roth. Brown and Yast knock each other down. And get a little rowdy in the stands, too. Now Josh, take it easy. So Josh Cecil over there yelling. Near side, there's a shot directed to the backboard. Now we're on that far side. Trevians can't control. Cleared out to center ice. Chula dumps it back into the zone. Forsberg. Cleared ahead. Now flip back deep into the zone. Wolick. Shot or deflection just a little wide. I don't know who got that one away, but one of the Trevians. Into the slot. Little scrum going on and grabbed and held on. Now a little more pushing. Nothing called. 7:19 to play here in the third period. 1-0 in favor of the Ramblers. Out to the point. Forsberg. A lot of the key players in this game are sitting in the sin bin. There's a shot save. And more pushing and shoving. That should have been a late hit on Harrison. But he got the worst end of that, coming in against the much bigger Elliott Johnson. As we said, Randall Williams really likes to let him play. In fact, I even predicted that fight before that game even started tonight. Before the game even started, I said this one was going to get rowdy. O'Connor to the corner. Right into the slot, put over to the far side. Now here comes Johnson. Johnson with the blaster, that boomed wide. Now a little backhander, that goes wide. Out to the point. The big blaster in the save. And again back behind the net. Pushing and shoving. Offside at the faceoff. Now the drop and Vitt puts it deep. Roth. Round on the near side. Andrew Patience ranges in off the point. Along the near side boards, there's a shot. Goes through to the far side. Chula out ahead for Schragle. Schragle with the shot, and that went wide. Made it look good. Heitman kicking out the save, but he was well after the puck went by. Over here on the near side, and cleared out the center ice. Back into the zone offside against the New Trevians. The near side boards. Now Vargas takes it to the far side, flipped it into the zone. Parker put it over to Ho. Ho up ahead for Morgan Baker, put it on that far side. Now Lake with Wolick on him. Shallow angle through the crease and out to center ice. Taken by the Trevians. Chris Ho flips it back into the zone. Near side. Ran it actually into a leg and stayed over on that far side. Now cleared. And that's going to be icing. And it is icing. A full house here tonight at Winnetka. Seeing a barn burner. 1-0 favor of the Ramblers. 4:56 to play here in the third period. Trevians have not done a good job of testing the new goalie, Sam Smith, coming in after Schilling got his game misconduct. Cleared out to center ice. Back down into the zone. Skoglund got there first, washed off the icing, now picked up and taken to the corner. And the puck slid there. Now Trevians clear it out to center ice. Oldenburg, Matt O'Connor, he got bumped heavily by Ho. Wilson, Vitt, shot a goal! Elliott Johnson! And we're tied at 1. We're tied up at 1. Now put over on that far side. Now picked up. Underled on the pass was Marte. Now the shot boomed wide. Now Millard looking for some help. Millard turned the corner, took the shot high and wide. We're all tied up at 1. Parker Millard. Back behind the goal line. Again on the near side. Coincidental minors for roughing coming up. Roth and Marte. They went far beyond protecting in the crease. Trevians finally called one down here. Johnson. There's a shot and a save. Over on the far side. That wasn't Johnson that took it. I believe that was Wilson that took that. Back into the zone. Skoglund. The scrum on near side. Third out to center ice. Back in the zone. Far side. Back out to center ice. Elliott Johnson. He got hit high by Wesley. Elliott Johnson avoided the check. Billy O'Connor just back onto the ice. To this side. Wrapped around right into the slot. Backhand shot saved. Another shot saved. Held on. Billy O'Connor got a couple away. Heitman with the save. And now after the play, O'Connor and Cecil had a little pushing and shoving match. You got to keep your emotions in check. Fights and things like that are when you don't respect the game. That's what causes fights. Shot booms high and wide. I think that's the biggest problem we have in hockey and a lot of sports. They don't respect the game. They want the success without putting forth the effort to get there. And we have parents that are willing to spoil their kids to get the success. That's not only Detroit and Loyola. I think it's across the board in many of our activities today. There's a shot and a save. I mean, we've always had a little bit of it, but nothing like we have now. Cleared to the near side. Now these are high school kids. They need to be cleared out to center ice. Back into the zone. They wanted the icing call, and they said somebody could have gotten there first. Crowd on their feet. Hand pass against the Ramblers. Elliott Johnson into the zone, down to crunch time. Minute left to play in the game, 1-1 tie. Over on that far side, up the slot. Here's Skoglund with the shot, and up onto the netting. They're going to keep it in the zone. I think they should not have.
1 minute to play in the game, 1 minute.
Now here's Bitt. Broken away, flipped into the zone. Ho. And pulled the man down. Got a penalty coming up on Ho. Not the right time to get that one. A minor for holding on Chris Ho. 6 seconds left to play in the game. Face off. O'Connor stolen away. Shot a goal! Matt O'Connor! Stole it from the Trevian defense. Let me see who we stole that from. Let's see, Kevin Morgan. That's who we stole it from. Shot and goal. And Matt O'Connor. 2 goals tonight. 2-1 the score. 43 seconds left to play in the game. Now the face-off flipped into the zone by Elliott Johnson. Under a minute to go in the game. Over to the far side. Skoglund out to center ice. Again, deep into the zone. Open net. Turns out to be icing against the Ramblers. We'll move it back into the the Ramblers end of things. Trevians have not tested Sam Smith, who came into the goal. Sam Smith with the save as the puck dribbled into the crease. Now the face-off. So it looks like the Loyola Ramblers are going to come out as number 1 and New Trier number 2. This is the first time I can remember where 2 teams have so dominated the playoffs that 2 games before the end of the playoffs, the round robin. 6 seconds left to play in the game. 2 games before the end of the playoffs, it's already been decided who's coming out for the Trevians and the Ramblers in the Metro North, or that anybody has come out. Now the face-off, and that'll do it. And the game is over. Final score, the Loyola Ramblers 2 and the New Trevians Green Team 1. This is Mark Braun. Hope you've enjoyed our broadcast tonight. And as always, we say...